Hey everyone, and welcome back. It has been quite a while since I have posted a video. I have been, the comments and stuff that have come through on the channel have just been awesome. Very encouraging, and of course, there's been a lot of questions about what's been going on. I got to tell you guys, it has been one unexpected delay after another. Never in a million years did I expect this thing to take as long as it had, but anyway, I'll get into that here in just a second, and then I want to give you guys a tour of the shop and where we're at. And then I'll also, toward the end of the video, I'm going to tell you about all the upcoming videos that we have coming as things progress. But I want to tell you a little bit about the challenges. So as you know, the last video that I posted was from Mitchell when I went to Sturgis, and then all of a sudden there weren't any videos after that. Basically, what happened? So after Mitchell, that was on Thursday night. Stayed in Mitchell on Thursday night at the pre-Sturgis party. Then Friday morning, I get up and leave and head to Spearfish. Well, the following morning, late morning, around 11 o'clock or so, I'm sitting out in front of the hotel with friends having a chat. So this would have been on, let's see, Saturday. And just having a chat. And I had a beverage setting on the table there in front of the hotel. I reached up, took a sip of the beverage, and what I didn't realize is there was a yellow jacket having a sip of that beverage at the same time as well. And when I took a big gulp, he was inside my mouth and decided to have a sting party and hit me in the inside of my lip a couple of times. I couldn't get him out of my mouth. I'm sitting there and I'm spitting like crazy, and he keeps stinging me and such. So it only took a couple of seconds for my face to swell up like this. I'm allergic, but anyway. So fortunately, there was someone sitting there that had some, really strong Benadryl, and they took off running to their car and came back, and I took one of those Benadryls, and so that helped a little bit. But that Benadryl was a pretty stout one, so that completely knocked me out. I was out basically and slept for almost 12 hours, and I woke up the next morning thinking I might be okay. So I think it was sometime around 11 o'clock or something like that. I decided just to take a walk outside. And so, I'm walking and I didn't feel right. I could tell my heart rate was elevated and such. So decided to go to the clinic and ended up, getting, a dose of, more Benadryl, steroid shot, and then also, some epi, of course. And needless to say, that sent me back to the hotel, and that knocked me out again. I was out of it and woke up the next morning. And the hotel, I got to give them this. Typically when you have hotel rooms during Sturgis week, they're non-refundable. But I gotta give a shout out to the hotel. They heard about what happened, and they made an offer to me to refund the balance of my stay if I left, Tuesday morning by I think it was by one or Tuesday afternoon by 1:30. So they refunded the balance of my stay. And I was just thinking, do I hang out here for a couple more days and recover in my room, or just go ahead and make a slow drive home? So I decided to just make the slow drive home. So that's the reason you saw no more Sturgis videos, is my Sturgis vacation got cut very short thanks to Mother Nature. So since I've been here at the shop just going like crazy, and just getting everything to the point that I've ignored the aesthetics of things. I haven't worried about painting or putting up sheetrock on the second levels or anything like that, on the outside. I'm not worried about that. It was just a matter of getting back functioning again. So the other challenge has been internet service, and that's largely a reason I haven't been able to upload videos. I'm barely able to receive phone calls up here. My phone isn't working well inside the building, so I was planning to rely on Wi-Fi calling for phone calls. And unfortunately, that's not working too well either. It seems I'm switching towers back and forth. And so phone calls are difficult to deal with. Anytime I've tried to upload anything, a video, hours into it, it may only have 10 or 15% because I'm kind of relying on 3G and barely have 4G to do it. So it's been largely impossible. The next challenge was getting, gravel, getting the driveway done just to where you could get up here, because, basically every time it rained, it was a mud pit. And so getting up here with a truck and a trailer, with motorcycles and taking bikes out and all that stuff was a nightmare. Well, I finally, about a week and a half ago, got gravel put down, and that's packed down nice. So, able to get bikes up and down the driveway now. So that's been a challenge that's been somewhat overcome. And as far as the internet service, it may be another 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a little more before it's actually live. Had to pull the cable myself about 600 feet from the pole because the crew had a hard time getting the cable through. So I had to spend a weekend getting that done. So again, it's been one challenge after another. Was able to get a couple bikes finished and got them delivered. You guys may have seen the pictures there. They were full engine builds. And we're at the point now that we're going to start calling people that are on that backlog that we have and have them start going ahead and bringing bikes in. So if you're one of those folks that have been waiting in the order that deposits were paid for parts, we've got a ton of parts here upstairs on the second level. And in the order that your deposits were paid and your parts were ordered and stuff, we're going to start calling you guys and have you start bringing bikes in, probably about 5 at a time. And then I'll get more into a production sort of, process, right? We bring in 4 or 5 bikes, I get them torn down and start the machining processes and things. And once they're torn down, we'll bring in another group. And once those are tore down, machining processes are working their way through, then I can work on assembling the first group and getting them tuned. And then we're just going to work on a cycle like that and start bringing those builds in. So that's a great thing. So let's review some of the things that are coming. Of course, I got to have internet service and things like that to make all this happen. But so we are still going to do the video series with gems. I've got a ton of content. I just haven't been able to upload it. And so we're doing, remember the engine build, the 3 builds on Panhead, Shovelhead, and Evo from Case Up. I'm going to show you our Gems Tech Studio here in just a second. And so we've got that series of videos coming. Of course, we're going to do more painting and with SATA. One of my other delays has been airlines. So I've got airlines run over basically half of the shop. And what I did, I brought in some of the airline systems from a different company. I brought that stuff over from the shop. And then I'm going to continue it on the back side of the shop and run through the machine shop here into the compressor room and such with the Dan-Am Air product. And I think you guys will get a real kick out of seeing that. It's literally, it's aluminum conduit. Their fittings are really nice. But it's literally a push-to-connect sort of thing. You just cut the pipe, the connectors, you slide them together, no other tools required. And I know the other types of airlines I have, there's a bunch of O-rings, then you got to tighten these fittings, you got to do all this sort of stuff. So I'm really anxious to put that stuff in and kind of compare the two. I'm sure the Dan-Am stuff is going to be killer. We're also going to do some painting videos. And I want to tell you guys about something kind of special that I would like to do. I try every year to do, some sort of charity type thing and give back to the community. And, of course, you guys helping me out and making donations as well. 100% of your donations go to whatever fundraiser we're doing. Well, if you remember, we sponsored, and you guys helped out with that too, the All Kids Bike Program. We placed the first 2 bike programs in the state of Georgia. And it's a scholastic program to get kids, small elementary school kids, on bicycles. And they're, the Strider push bikes. And then it's like 25 of those bikes go to the school. And then there's a bike for the PE teacher. And then they train them and make it part of their scholastic program and their PE program. And when we did the first 2 programs, we chose one of the, let's call it what it is, one of the poorest counties in the state of Georgia. Well, it just so happens the county that the new shop is located in is the poorest county in the state of Tennessee. As a matter of fact, every single kid is on a free lunch program in Hickman County. So every kid on a free lunch program, and it's pretty crazy. So anyway, that being said, I would like to do an all kids bike program here in Hickman County. We're going to tie that into doing some how-to painting videos with SATA and the Dan-Am company. So if you remember the FXR 71, I was not able to finish it for Sturgis because of, you know, business and customers come first, so I had to put that on the back burner, and I haven't worked on it at all. But and part of that building that bike was the, you know, the painting aspect and me learning how to paint, sharing it with you guys. So what I decided to do is let's tie this in to the charity thing. So what I would like to do, and I would love to hear your comments below, is I'm going to paint a panel in maybe a 12-inch by 24 panel, and I'm going to paint it just like the FXR was painted. There's gold leaf pinstriping, there's the use of candies, and then using crushed glass as a base, and all. So it's, and then, you know, it's ended up using Magic Blue from House of Color, and also Tangelo and several other colors. So it's a beautiful paint job. So the plan is for me and Andy Anderson and Tony Larimer, and we're going to do a how-to paint on every aspect of painting, and paint a panel with FXR for that to follow the paint scheme of FXR 71. And we're only going to do one of these, and I don't know, I might do two. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. So we're going to do that panel, we're going to sign it, and then I would like to raffle that panel off, and 100% of your proceeds from the raffle tickets will go to getting an all kids bike program. So the cost of one of those programs is $57. Well, last I checked, it was around $5,700. I think all in and everything, it's around $6,000. So what I was thinking is maybe sell raffle tickets for $10 a piece. You know, if we can, you know, sell 600 tickets at $10 a piece, we'll draw a winner that will win that panel. Again, only do one, maybe two. And hopefully we could sell 600 tickets and be able to sponsor that all kids bike program, plus show some people, you know, how to paint, and in that process of me learning how to paint as well. So we're going to be doing videos on that. Also want to go through, I'm going to show you my three-phase converter that I use for American Rotary. I got a ton of comments from people that want to know, since I'm in a bit of a remote location, how I was able to get three-phase power. And so I'm going to show you an incredible system from American Rotary. We're not really going to do an install, I'm just going to kind of do an overview of it. And then, of course, all kinds of other teardown videos. I know you guys love engine teardown videos, building videos, that sort of thing. And this facility is geared, it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to do these videos and improve production quality and things like that, as long as I have an internet connection. Right? So let me, so that's just some of the content that's coming. Oh, another one I'm really super excited about is there's a company out of the Czech Republic that has been in Europe for many years in the automotive and motorcycle business in tuning, but not just tuning, also in emissions testing and diagnostics. And they have incredible diagnostic tuning and emissions equipment. They also have a dyno that's incredibly user-friendly, quite a bit less expensive than some of the other competitors. And the cool thing about this dyno is it can actually be mobile around your shop. The thing is, it's on wheels. I can roll it to my back door and you know, just roll it around the shop, put it up for storage and things like that. And it's inexpensive to hook up and get the thing actually operating. And so we're going to be partnering up with this company out of the Czech Republic and bringing some very innovative tuning devices, diagnostic devices, and software into the U.S. So I'm really excited to be partnered up with those guys. And so we're going to have a whole string of videos on doing all that stuff too. So let's give you a little bit more of a tour here of what we got going on. So of course we've got the machine shop set up, and I'm going to give you just a quick overview of how I wired in this three phases, the wiring and everything in here myself. So here's a control panel, and again, it's from American Rotary, and it's literally, you hit a button. Working on the other side of the wall, there's a large 25 horsepower motor, and so you use 220 power to fire that motor, and then that motor creates the third leg of your three-phase power, and it works beautifully. I prefer to indirect wire it, but I actually wired it into a sub panel with breakers. I wanted to keep, you know, obviously keep everything on two circuits, but if I flip those breakers on, I mean, I'm very happy with how great everything spools up. Of course, I've checked all voltages, and everything's good to go. System, I like to kill the breakers, remove the load, and then it's a matter of hitting the button. Turn it off. It's incredibly quiet. Great piece of equipment. So a little over around the machine shop here. That's ready to go. You've seen a lot of this in our videos. And good lighting. Remember, lighting was always a struggle for me. I haven't unpacked all the welders yet, but you know, fabrication over there. You can see we have some bikes on the lift here ready to go and doing tear downs and such. So this is going to be the GEMS Tech Lab. I have a couple things I have to square up here. But when we do engine teardowns, there'll be cameras up here with multiple camera angles, and you know, give you guys a really good perspective with the engine teardowns and builds in this entire area right there. And of course, be excuse me, reviewing all the GEMS tools and things. And it's also nice too, if you notice that cabinet system that's there, all the specialty tools are housed in this area. So it'll be a lot easier just to, you know, grab things and produce videos. And as you can see, well, part storage is up here. We've got a whole bunch of parts for customers that you guys have paid deposits and such. So all these parts are your parts, all these folks that are waiting. It's nice to be able to get that stuff up off the floor, give more room down here. And so you can see all the green pieces of tape. You guys have heard me talk about the green tape. That has names on them. So a ton of parts here. Everything's here. As far as we've got, you know, the paint mixing room and the paint booth over there, they're lit up, but I'm not going to be painting anything anytime soon. So there's no doors mounted anywhere or anything like that. I just had to deal with that. And of course, you can see up here, there's no sheathing. And I'm not worried about that either. Don't have time for that. We got to get back to work and get bikes going. See, I haven't painted there either. Up there, what that is, this is an office and a library. And, you know, service manuals, old magazines, things like that are going to be going there. And then in this area here, a bit of a lounge area, but also I want to get back into doing more podcasts and live feeds. One of the things I'm really excited about, even though I'm having to wait forever for it, is the internet connection speed. It's actually going to be fiber optic. So I'll have a gig up and a gig download. So I'll be able to have really good live feeds, and we'll get back to doing lives, Q&As and things, maybe on a weekly basis or something like that here for the channel. So that little studio is going to be up there once we get to that point. And give you guys a little more perspective here on what we've got going. Of course, a bunch of engines going here that we are in process and getting ready to tear down and stuff like that. So we got that cooking. And then we have, if you look back here, remember Stiffy the Bobber? Ended up making a couple modifications to the frame. And so that is going to get assembled, and that's the pan head for it right there. So now that the frame mods have been done, then that's painted and getting ready to go and get that done and out of here. So give you guys a little round through right here. And there we go. Anyway, I think that's a pretty good update for now. You guys know what's going on. Yes, I'm still alive. I had a guy comment, you know, what happened to Kevin at Sturgis? Did he die? So we're still here. So give some thought if you don't mind. I'd love to hear your comments below if you've made it this far in the video. I'd love to hear your comments below on what you think about the All Kids Bike program and painting the panel. I'm thinking $10 a ticket. We sell 600 tickets. We can sponsor the school, and that would be really, really awesome. And then, you know, all the other videos that are coming. And for all you customers that are on the backlog, we are at the point now that I have a driveway and I have some power that we can get you in here and start these teardowns and get all these bikes knocked out for you guys. Thank you so much for your patience. Thanks for caring. Thanks for all the positive comments and all you guys' support through this huge transition and all these crazy unexpected delays. But anyway, and as you can tell, I did get a little bit of rest. right? I'm not working 20-hour days anymore. I'm just, working 15, give or take. So I have been able to rest up. That few months there of, working 40, 50 hours at the shop and then coming up here and working, 40, 40 to 50 hours in 2 to 2.5 days to try to get everything done around here was, I ain't gonna lie, it was something else. But anyway, we are rounding third and getting ready to head for home and get back into this cycle of doing cool stuff, building cool, fast, reliable engines, and making cool videos. So, guys, thanks a million. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think. And let's see if there's anything else I'd like to see. I think that's about it for now. So hopefully now I've got to drive into town to upload this video. And then anyway, talk to you guys later. Let's say maybe within a couple of weeks. Yeah, maybe 2 weeks. I don't want to overpromise. But 2 weeks, I should be able to upload another video, and we're going to get back into doing tech stuff at that time. So, guys, I appreciate you. Thanks a million, and take care of yourselves and each other. Have a good one.